Okay. Hello. Welcome to a stormy day edition of No More Dawdling Writing Sprints. Or maybe some dawdling. We'll see. Um, so, like at 12:45-ish, 12:50-ish, we got a weather alert on our phones that there was a tornado warning in the area. And so we went and kind of like stood in the hallway, made, done all that kind of stuff. And then we were looking on the map as to where the weather was located. So the hail and then the like flying debris and all that kind of stuff. And so then when she like started reading the actual warning from the weather people, they're like, a storm capable of producing a tornado. And I'm like, that's supposed to be a tornado watch then. Like, so they aren't saying that they actually visibly saw one, so maybe there was enough motion in the clouds that they like elevated the warning or something. I don't know. But anyway, so the system is moving east, but it's like a few miles north of us, so we should be good. But if the area siren has turned off now, so should be good. I mean, if I start hearing hail breaking the windows, I'm gonna like grab a laptop and run. But like we should be good. So plus the warning was only until like 1:15 anyway. So by the time we get into our first sprint, we should be safe and sound. So we're good. And this is the reason why we took so many trees out of our yard, just because like storms and trees near the house don't mix well. So yes, so we should be good, but that was what I mentioned in the chat. So because I wasn't sure exactly how close it was initially until I had the few minutes to look and see where the weather system and hail had been spotted. So Alley Cat says, I know this is extremely early, but I popped in to say hi, and I hope you all are having a great day. You finished school and are studying for exams, but you will take a nap first to regain your energy. Excellent. Excellent. Thank you, Maggie, for the well wishes. I appreciate it. Your neighbor story with the orange buckets and the plants they should not have had in the quantity that they had them reminded me of a story that my dad told me, and I will sort of expand on that in a bit. But Stacy says, hello! And Megan says, stay safe, thank you. And Cat Leo says, hey, I won't be there for the start of the stream because you're going to take a shower so you can get ready for work and do stuff before leaving. Excellent. Productivity. But thank you. And Laura says, hello. And that's where I said, I think we're good. But I think you might be able to hear some of the thunder rumble. So Elizabeth says, hello, hello. I'm voting no for the tornado. Exactly. And Becca is here. Hello. And Charlie says, hey, hey. And then a slightly more calm down, hey, hey. And Hannah is here. Hello. Welcome. And Cache is here. Hey. And Maggie says, happy Monday, December 153rd. Yeah. Yeah. Rosalind says, hello. And Ellie Vera says, hello. Welcome. Okay, so I have the spirit animal card for today, but then I put my tarot card back in because I was going to shuffle and do something else today with my cards. So I don't have the tarot card out to show you, but it is the Two of Swords inversed. Is it the two? Let me look. No, it was the seven. Sorry. The Seven of Swords inversed. But the spirit animal for the day is the butterfly. And the message is that transformation is beautiful. So yesterday we had the porcupine and looking at things for, are you going to refocus on my face? Thank you. Yesterday we had the porcupine spirit, which is sort of like time for the beginner mind and new perspective and new eyes, or like new ways of looking at things. And so if you have found that new perspective, it's time to change your mindset or your project to reflect that new perspective. I think is what this is, like coming off of yesterday's. So porcupine and butterfly, good cards. So all right. Yes, I'm also hoping this, but we should be good. So, and Petra is here. Hello, welcome. Yes, it is very pretty. It's got all of the, it's got a little crown between its antennas. Let me see if I can, there we go. And then it's got all the other little butterflies. And this honestly reminds me of the Empress card for the Shadowscapes deck, because she has a wealth of butterflies around her as well. Yes, the butterfly is gorgeous. It's a good card. It's a wonderful card. So I'm hoping that I can get quite a bit of work done today on Chimera Moon Book 1, because we are headed towards that May 15th deadline, and I would like to actually be able to type the end. That's the goal. So Charlie says we are expecting weather like that tonight. Oh no, I'm pretty sure this is the same storm that just rolled through your area within the last couple of days. So another wave, yikes. No fun, no bueno. All right, words, what are we doing? We are getting words, that's what we're doing. So we're gonna start with 15-minute warm-up because I'm gonna need that. And we are going to use one of HK's, but we are going to use one that counts down instead of up, because my brain sometimes does not want to compute how many minutes I have left if I'm looking at a counter that is going up. So, banners, first sprint. Nope, it's no longer counting up, so I can delete that. Save. Here we go. Okay. All right. So your reminders. 1, save your document if you have not done so already this morning, or go ahead and pull it up in case you have not done so yet. 2, make sure that you have something to hydrate with. I have water. 3, make sure that you do a posture check. Straighten your spine and roll your shoulders back. And if you need a break, take a break. That's number 4. Okay, so those are your 4 reminders, and we can now get started with a 15-minute warm-up sprint in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Okay. All right. How'd we do? I got started, so that's at least something. I got started and I've gotten 441 words, so that was a good sprint. So yeah, so I'm doing pretty good. So one of the reasons why I shuffled back in my cards for my tarot cards for today was because I'm looking for a little bit more character inspiration. And since this deck, excuse me, was what I had used for the initial character inspiration, and sometimes some like plot ideas back in October, I decided I wanted to have sort of like do some more pulls and try and get some more information. So that way I can add a few more details and whatnot for my descriptions, even in this first draft, because I'm really hoping that this particular draft will be very neat and clean and not require as much revision as Project Gray has been requiring for its revamp. So I'm also really hoping that, like, even though I'm saying I want more description in there, like just a few simple things, because I'm aiming for this particular draft to be around 40 to 50,000 words. And so far I'm kind of on target for that word count wise, for what I have finished of Act 1 and getting into Act 2. But I tend to overwrite. I know this. So I'm trying to keep this draft to be relatively low word count wise. That way with each revision I can work upwards towards the appropriate end goal word count. So that's what I'm attempting to do, is gain a little bit more character inspiration for descriptions and stuff, and then like still keep my words and sentence structures pretty clean. So that's the goal. Yeah, just I want everything. I want my first draft to be perfect. It's not going to be, but I would like it to be. So that's the vibe we are fighting against. Stacy says it is pouring rain where you are as well. Spring storms. And Diana is here. Hello, welcome. My Atlantic teacher life. Hello, Carrie here. Hello, Carrie. How are you? Hope you're doing well. What are you working on today? Are you grading? Are you writing for fun? More rain. All right, Megan took a shower and brainstormed ideas for your new blog that you are going to launch soon. Excellent. All the talk about blogs has got you inspired. Elizabeth has 1 out of 5 gradings done. You're going to get them done today. Excellent. Charlie had a long philosophical conversation with the hubby and opened your laptop. Excellent. Becca, almost done with my final edits of Dream Diaries 2 before you send it on to the editor. Ooh, nice. Just a couple of sentences that you need to add and then you're done. Okay, sorry y'all, I gotta check the radar because the wind is coming more sideways now. It's after 1:15. I thought we were done with this. Okay. The weather. It's got to update. Petra says around 100 words and good start to the day. Excellent. Yes. Yes, exactly. Hooray for grading done. Vera says, I'm trying to decide what age your protagonist should be. Yeah. that is a difficult thing that I do tend to like revise that sometimes if I find that I have adjusted them like too young. Is typically my initial goal for at least YA and for kids books too, I tend to set them a little younger than what is appropriate initially, and then I have to adjust the age up. And I don't know if it's that's just like the kids that I hung around with when I was a kid, or just like my perception of like what kids talk about or what kids can comprehend at that point in time. You know, I don't know. Okay, so it has been downgraded to severe thunderstorm until 1:45, but we are still under severe thunderstorm. But no, it is no longer a tornado. Well, tornado watch until 4 p.m. But there we go. So now we have been updated. You can hear the thunder. It's nice and relaxing. Okay, good. And Becca says, I struggle with that too. It does make life easier when the first draft is as close to being perfect as possible, but then you don't want to hold yourself back by being a perfectionist. Yeah. But I also think it's probably better to get my brain to like not think in run-ons, which is how my brain initially thinks. I'm just like, and. And I don't want to do that. So it's a learning curve, I think. So Elizabeth says to Ellie Vera, does it also depend on what genre you're writing in? Yours is around 18 to 19 years old, and you think you're writing YA. Yeah, so I think the only difference, YA and new adult, so YA and NA, the difference is mainly in sexual relations. There are some other things as well, but I think that is the main sort of like categorical thing. So I don't know, but that doesn't necessarily also sort of like, okay, how do I want to say this? The level at which you characterize your characters as to their maturity level and their intellectual comprehension, whether they are in line with their peers or above their peers or below, in terms of like emotional maturity as well, that may have an impact on how you age up or down your characters. So Olivia says, I know what you mean. I'm suddenly thinking about adjusting the age the longer that you spend on it. Yeah, and if you have that sort of teasing you in the back of your brain, that could be something is telling you that you need to up age them. I don't know, make them older. Wave your fairy godmother wand and be like, boop, you are not old enough. Cachet says, I just want to write the end. I'm not trying to be a perfectionist. Yeah. Yeah, that is the fight. It's a good point. It's a good point, yes. Devin is here. Hello. Welcome. All right. And now that the wind has calmed down a bit, let's go ahead and do another sprint. Another sprinty sprint. Change the banner. Also, make sure to take a sip of whatever you are hydrating with, because I have not done so yet. Well, that should be its own story about a fairy godmother who has the power to change people's ages. I feel like I have seen something. It wasn't like necessarily fairy godmother based, but could have been a manga. I don't know. But that in itself like presents some other problems if the like younger version is not of age. So that's a whole different can of worms too. So, all right. Okay, second sprint. Don't forget to save your document, which I have to do the save as, so I'll do that second. Two, make sure that you are hydrating. Three, make sure that you straighten your spine and roll your shoulders back for a posture check. And four, make sure that if you need a break, take a break. Those are your reminders, and we can now get started. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Okay. How are we doing now? Let me hit the save button, as you should too. I am now up to 950, which means I did about 500, 510-ish. 509. Okay. All right. How are we doing? So Elizabeth came up with an idea based on Ellie Vera's fairy godmother idea that came from just sharing all the ideas. So Elizabeth says, oh yes, and the protagonist is bullying someone in an old people's home, so she makes that person into an old man and antics ensue. And then Elvira is responding back and says, and that bully person used to be athletic, but is now unable to do anything because he's stuck in a frail old man's body. Revenge. So, yes, I approve. So Devin has shared the link tree and the playlist. And NKR Tutorials, hello, how are you? Hope you're doing well. And NKR has NKR_writes on Instagram for a writing account. Feel free to check it out as you do book trailers and post tips, etc. And Cachet has a link tree as well. I probably should get one, but I do not have one. So this is where you can find Cachet's blogs, YouTube, Instagram, and I believe the Wattpad as well, which if you have not read Penelope's Curve, you should, because it's amazing and fun. So just Eva says, hey, hey. And Maggie has her Amazon author page, I believe is what this is. Yes. And so you can get Maggie's books and follow Maggie on Amazon and get notified when she comes out with new books. And Megan says, I worked on the rough draft of a blog post. Nice. And Ellie Vera says, I've been brainstorming. Nice. And Elizabeth got 2 out of 5 done. Excellent. Got a small coffee and one of those caramel waffle biscuit thingies. The one that you're supposed to put on top of the teacup or coffee cup, and so it sort of like melts the caramel in between with the steam. One of those. What are those called? Caramel waffle biscuit thingies. Maggie says 394 words. Excellent. Yes, this is what it's supposed to be called. Stroopwafel. I kind of like caramel waffle biscuit thingy, but it is much longer to say. So Christina says, hello, late but here. Welcome. Welcome. Maggie says, have you ever wondered if Henry Cavill has problems shaving his dimple? Oh, so not him in particular, but oh gosh, what's he was in Captain Courage. He's like an actor father of another actor. He has like the deep cleft in his chin. Is it Kirk Douglas? I think it might be. Let me look. Yes. Okay, so let's see if I can get a better, yeah. So I've often wondered if he has trouble with that sort of like deep sort of like a dimple or cleft in his chin. And I know he's not the only one who has this, but he's sort of like, I have wondered about him. Because look at that. Look, just like, yeah, that would probably be prone to all kinds of different problems getting a little razor in there. So yeah, I have not necessarily worried about Henry Cavill, but I have wondered about Kirk Douglas. So okay, where were we? I just totally lost my train of thought. So yes, that's the Stroop waffle. Either way, it was delicious. And as Megan says, now I do, in answer to the Henry Cavill. Charlie says, thank you, the Dawdling Rudder, for talking to my Echo just now. She informed me that today is a National Paranormal Day and told a truly Echo quality joke. Did I speak to your Echo? Did I accidentally turn it on by saying, let me Google this? I'm sorry. I apologize. Becca says, I finished my Dream Diaries 2 final edit. Hooray! You just have to write a chapter-by-chapter breakdown of book 1 so that the editor knows what happened in the first book, and then you can send it off. Woohoo! That is awesome. Wait, was this your goal for the 15th? Or is the 15th for Hexsphere? Now I'm confused, and I'm wondering if you just like blew past me in regards to like finishing something, which it would not be hard to do. But Ellie Vera says, I love Stroop waffles. And Becca, congrats. Yes. And Megan is here. Hello. Welcome. Yeah, I think you can. I think that's the purpose of them, is that they're supposed to keep the steam and the heat inside your cup, but it's also like a way to melt the caramel in between. So yeah. John Travolta too. Yeah. He does have quite a dimple. And a cleft, yes. Now I'm confusing all of the faces. Yeah, he has a bit of one, but his to me is not as significant as maybe it is just about as significant as Kirk Douglas's. But I don't know, for whatever reason, Kirk Douglas has always stood out more than John Travolta's to me. So yes, Kirk Douglas, major tendon. Yes, exactly. And Lizzie had a half day off from school. Hooray! Welcome, Kirk Douglas. Yes. You were cleaning your kitchen and your phone was in the book nook of the living room. That's fine. You're being productive, which is good. Much better than me. He died last year. Yeah. And congrats to Becca. Yay! You've been waiting on this book. Excellent. And Charlie says, the hubby was talking to it, but she was listening to you instead. It was really funny. Oh, no. So the 15th is for Hexsphere. Okay. You're way behind on that. Oh, no. Yay. Aaron Eckhart also has a prominent chin dimple. I do not. Where is he from? Oh, he's from Frasier. Okay. Yeah, he has one as well. But for whatever reason, Kirk Douglas just has like the image of that dimple to me. Like that is primarily who I think of when I think of like chin dimples or like cleft. I mean, I know it's not like a full-on cleft, but it's still, you know. Megan says my dogs are both snoring, and it's so adorable and hilarious. All the talk of stroop ruffles makes your donut seem lacking now. Oh no, put some sprinkles on it. That's my advice to make your donut fancy, is put sprinkles on it. Okay, let's do another another sprinty sprint. And also don't forget to drink something. All the things. Okay. Excuse me. All right. So, 1, save your document. 2, make sure that you drink something. 3, straighten your spine and roll your shoulders back for a posture check. And 4, if you need a break, take a break. Those are your reminders, and we can now get started. 25 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Okay. How we doing? I think I got another like 500-ish. Let's do the math. $534. Don't forget to save. Okay, how we doing? I think I'm making some good progress. I hope. I'm kind of going back and forth between the document that has Chimera Moon Book 1 scenes in it, and then back to sort of like my tarot cheat sheet document, and kind of looking up the cards that I had pulled today for characterization and such. I had, it's kind of fun because I have, like, not meaning to, but I had pulled the Seven of Cups card, which has, let me see if I can get you to behave. So this is the Shadowscape's Seven of Cups, and this was my initial sort of like, what's the basic plot? And so you have the male and female leads, and they are sort of searching for something, and she's pointing over to this floating castle, which in my head became the magician's library, which then became the sort of like, through the process of world building and all that, it's the hidden laboratories that the chimeras were created in, and then that now have chimera prisoners, and may have some clues as to why the chimeras have lost, or some of the chimeras have lost control over their beast form. And so they are searching for information, and that's the quest that they have to go on. Like, what's the main sort of like conflict that brings them together? What's the journey that they have to go on that forces their cooperation? And so it was kind of fun to get that card to come back in when I was like searching for, like, okay, I need some revamp of their characterization. So yeah, so it's fun. All the coincidences that aren't really coincidences. It's nice. So Megan says, ooh, a chocolate covered donut sounds perfect. It does sound tasty. Hello, Leah, how are you? You're jumping in, you're doing social media managing and planning your day and week. Excellent. Fun times. Lizzie says, I know I need to edit my website, but I have zero traffic, so I'm calling it quits. You don't have to do it, at least not now. So don't know why you're making battle plans if you don't have the actual work to win, so you need to actually get to work. Yeah, if you want to focus on the content first and then decide how the website will look after you have the content, that is also a good way to do it. You watch some Alexa done. Elizabeth is done with 3 out of 5 and is starting on the 4th. Excellent. Yes. Okay, so you uploaded your new YouTube live stream, got your affiliate links fixed, and updated all your videos. Ooh, excellent. Hooray. That is great. I should probably look into affiliate links again, like Amazon ones or whatever. I don't know. It's not like I really have that many products to be like, look, these are cool. So it's not really a whole lot of point in doing it. Ellie Vera says, finally decided on the protagonist's age and now brainstorming the character arc. Excellent. Lizzie says, Canva just said that you edited one of your book covers 52 years ago. Years? or weeks. It said years. Interesting. Lainey, hello. It's fine. It's the Dawdling Writers channel. You can come in whenever you want. And Lainey says hi. And Megan says, I worked on a blog post and then looked at Unsplash for design ideas. How do you like Unsplash? I've heard their name several times, but I haven't really heard much like reviews about them. So if you like them, good. If not, I don't know. I don't know. You're like, but what am I doing? Sitting here deciding what to do. There you go. Eva says, I'll keep you in mind when I'm ready to have affiliates for your stuff. Ooh, nice. Thank you. And just Eva says, smile. I've been working on website things as well. Apparently it's a website building week. I've heard several people talk about it. So it said years before reverting to edited just now. Interesting. Lee says, even if I share something in my live streams, I share links to other people's products too. It's passive income, but I know someone that made enough in a year to go on a vacation. Okay. That is good to know then. Megan says they are fantastic, and Canva uses a lot of images from Unsplash. Oh, interesting. I know that Canva uses a lot of images from Pixabay as well, so I don't know if Unsplash is similar to Pixabay or not. Unsplash, you like it as well? Lainey says, I think I'm doing some Spanish stuff now because you are crap at it and have an exam in 2 weeks. All right, get studying then. All right, we have about 15 minutes, so let's do a 10-minute sprint. I can find my... Here we go. Share the screen. All the clickies that I have to do. Okay, make it bigger. There we go. All right, so don't forget to save your document. Don't forget to hydrate. I have finally finished my giant glass of water. And 3, make sure that you straighten your spine and roll your shoulders back for a posture check. And 4, make sure that if you need a break, take a break. Those are your reminders, and we can now get started. This will be a 10-minute sprint. And we will start that in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! All right. How'd we do? I spent most of that sprint doing sort of like just minor revisions. So I'm at 1602, so I've passed the 1500 mark for the day. Yay! How are we sitting there? 1602 minutes. So that was 118 words for that 10 minutes, which is good. Don't forget to save. Okay. So that is progress. It's good progress. I was getting to the end of the scene. That was where I was kind of like doing little revision stuff, making sure that everything flowed kind of decently, because my brain does not oftentimes work in like a linear fashion. And so this is, my oral storytelling skills are shite, because I always go, oh, wait, I forgot to tell you something. Let me go back. And so when I'm writing, I do the same thing. I'm like, oh, I forgot to add this bit in. Don't forget to save, y'all. Just make sure you save in case. And so I am constantly going back to like a few paragraphs prior, and then like sometimes I leave the sentence that I was working on unfinished, and so I have to go back and make sure that I'm like, did I complete that thought? So yeah, so I have to make sure that like when I do a scene, I kind of oftentimes try and scan it just to make sure that I didn't leave any unfinished sentences. That way, you know, once a week passes or whatever, and I come back and it's like a half-finished thought, and I'm like, what did I mean to say here? So I try to avoid that. So yeah, that was that's the whole reason why I do that. But yeah, okay. So let me see how everybody's doing. Maggie spent the chat on the phone, still waiting for neurology to call you back about your youngest 16-day migraine. That is terrifying, and I hope they have answers for you today. Becca is headed off. You're welcome for the sprints, and I'm glad you got so much done, and congrats on finishing the final edits. So that's exciting. And okay, so Becky says she needs to be seen first now, not in 6 to 8 weeks. Yeah, I would agree. If she's had more than 2 weeks worth of migraine, that is a problem. I mean, aren't you supposed to be seen like after you have like a 3-day migraine, or even like a two day, like 48 to 72 hours? Like, wouldn't that be? That's terrifying. And I really hope that they can see her. So Elizabeth says 4 out of 5 done. So close. Just one more. You've definitely got this. You can totally do it. And Lainey says, I finished a whole Spanish sheet and I'm pretty confident that it's correct. Yay! That is great. Megan says, I was looking for design ideas. I'm struggling to find anything that feels like me. Yeah. There's a lot of that. But me, I'm so indecisive about what feels like me. Because I'm like all over the place. So if you can sort of like figure out how to brand yourself, that's great, but I'm so indecisive. So props to you for sort of like narrowing down on what feels like you. Lee says, I'm good. I'm finishing marketing stuff, closed the 47 tabs, and feels good to have all that stuff caught up. Excellent. Yay. And FYI, you smiled back when you came. Smiled when you came back to the screen. You're smiling some pretty love lips. Yes. Thank you. I appreciate it. Lizzie says, I made Canva mock-ups for the first book cover. Excellent. And Elvira has managed to name the character. Hooray! That is a struggle. Yes, it's very loud. It's one of those not summer, but getting closer to summer. It's one of those spring real rafter shakers. Even the camera shook. Yes. I find that our house sort of like feels a little bit more vibraty than our old house because we had carpet then, so it would absorb sound and all that. And now that we have like the laminate wood flooring, so fake hardwood, it feels a lot more like you can feel a lot more things through the floor. So you love making fake covers even though they look silly. They don't look silly, they look good. She's been to the general practitioner doctor twice in a year, 3 times. They should totally see her. Charlie says, hello, welcome. I'm glad you were here, but we are about to end. So maybe you can either do the replay or catch me on Wednesday. Today's Monday, right? Yes, Wednesday. Okay, so Maggie says, we even talked about admitting her last time, but the neurologist on call said he wouldn't come to the hospital. Okay, that sounds weird. Like, if he's on call, like, did he at least order some sort of like x-rays or CAT scans or whatever, MRIs? Like, was that done? Yeah, I really hope that they actually do something this time. That's scary. So Charlie says, I totally missed this stream, but I wanted to pop in and give watch time. Thank you. I appreciate it. Ellie Vera says, it was a struggle. You have left my previous work to the side so that you can look at it with fresh eyes. So you are taking this time to brainstorm a new work in progress. Sounds good. And yeah, sounds terrifying, Maggie. And that's awful. So Cache washed more dishes. Hooray! And you are almost done cooking your lunch. And then you'll have more dishes. Oh no. But hey, hooray for food. Especially since you often forget to eat until late. So I'm glad that you are getting food. So she has had both the CT and the MRIs. Okay. I'm glad that she at least had that. But that sounds odd that the neurologist on call would not come to the hospital. Like, that seems odd. Maybe the neurologist serves more than one hospital and had to go to the other one for a procedure, but that seems like he would tell you that rather than I'm just not going to come. So Lainey says, just finished making a family tree up making a family tree up to my grandparents in Spanish. Now you have to put it in text and you can feel your brain working for that. Excellent. Good. All right. And you're on hold with neurology again. Okay. Hopefully they crush fingers. Everybody, like, hopefully. All righty. So that is going to be the end for today. I will be back Wednesday, Friday, same time, 1 to 3 p.m. Eastern. And then on Sundays, 2 to 5 p.m. Eastern. And if you have not, I think I've probably mentioned it quite a few times, but let me put the link in the chat. Paste. So the link that I just put into the chat, this one, is the link to the live stream with Becca and Cache over on Becca's channel. It's going to be the 15th at 1 p.m. So that's Saturday at the time I would normally start for our May 15th like celebration, get her done, woohoo for the progress stream. So if you are also trying to hit your deadlines by the 15th, come join us. So yes, so those are the reminders that I can think of for the moment. Don't forget to save, and I will see y'all next time. All right, bye.